Chaos continues here, guys, in our Spanish village house renovation, because on top of everything else that's going on, this week we found thousands of live termites and a rat's nest. So the termites are gone, the rat's nest was cleared, and we moved forward this week very well. This week has basically been a full kitchen demolition. Everything you can think of came out. Cupboards, tiles, plaster, even electrics, plumbing, the whole lot. And it has been very noisy, it's been extremely dusty, it's been exhausting, but we really are making a solid progress. So let's go day by day and I'll show you how the work unfolded over the last 5 days. Just to give you an idea, this is what the kitchen looked like before the demolition. Okay, so we're a couple hours into the kitchen. We started the kitchen this morning and we've got the oven out, we've got the sink out, we've taken out some of these cupboards. And as you would have seen, or you're about to see, just here was absolutely full of woodworm, like millions of them. So anyway, this is where we're starting so far today, and I'll update you later. In this area here, it looks as though we've had mice or rats nesting. Okay, so it's the end of day 12 of our Spanish village house renovation, and today, as you can tell from the previous clips, we've been working in the kitchen. It's very late, it's been a very, very long day, it's been like a 13-hour day today, but I'll quickly go through what we've achieved. So, we took out the whole kitchen today, right the way along, that's all come out. That took us about half a day. One of the other things we've done as well was we removed the door frame. We had a door here. Do you remember that metal door that was going all around here? We've took that out and that's opened that up quite a bit, to be honest with you, just removing that frame. One of the other things we've done was we've filled up all these holes here, here, basically all along. We cemented holes up because on our first night, you may remember we had this tremendous cockroach infestation and we've never been sure where they come from. And even though the cockroach problem is way gone, we just don't get them anymore. Any little holes we've been finding, we've been sealing them up. So that we got done today as well. We emptied all the rubble by hand from the kitchen. So that's been quite hard work because breaking all of this down was quite a big job with a lot of rubble. But anyway, that's all gone. The other thing we've done today was we've marked out everywhere in the kitchen, so you'll see drawings and measurements absolutely everywhere for the kitchen. So that's all in place there now, so we've worked out where we need to have the sockets and where all the new plumbing needs to go. So that will be starting tomorrow. What else have we done today? We've done this as well. I'll do a separate video on this, but we're getting there with the bathroom. So as you can see, today I quickly put the handles on there. We've got the screening, we've got the shower basin there now. So the bathroom is more or less done. We've still got a bit to do. We've got to still render round that window, sorry. We've still got to render all around this door here, around the insides of the frames and stuff, but we're getting there with that. So yeah, project Spanish village house renovation is very much underway, but yeah, in here in the kitchen, we'll carry on with here tomorrow. We've still got a lot of work to get done in here, but I want to really have this finished in here by the end of the week, because then we can get the electrician in, because as I said in one of the previous vlogs, we're putting a completely unique supply in here just for the kitchen. So we're going to have a system that for power that is running the kitchen, so we need to get everything ready in here so that electrician can come in and then we can have its own system and power just for the kitchen, because there's so many appliances that are going in here. These old Spanish village houses really don't have the best electricity, so as well as updating all the plumbing, we're also updating all the electrics as well, so everything will work as it needs to for a fully functioning kitchen. But anyway, I'm absolutely shattered. It's been a hell of a day, so I'm going to sign off, and tomorrow I'll pick it up and show you what we get achieved tomorrow. Okay, so it's day 13 of our renovation, and today we're working on the plumbing. But what's been quite interesting is the more we open up this house, we can actually see more of the history and the story of it. So this window, which we thought was a window and has always been a window, was actually a door at some point. And how we know that is, if you look here, this is completely hollow. Can you see? So that's another part of the story to this house that we've discovered today. But anyway, we're working on the plumbing here today, and I'll pick it back up later.
This freaking cement that takes, sometimes it goes up when you mix it. Sometimes it takes freaking forever to.
Okay, so it's the end of day 13 of our Spanish village house renovation, and today basically what we've been doing is we've been doing plumbing all day. So here where you can see all these new plastic plumbing tubes, before were basically these were old copper water pipes that were in the wall, and instead of being in tubes or anything like that, they was literally just set into the wall, and you can see where the lime is now starting to eat through the tubes. So anyway, we've now had all the new plumbing in today. That's basically what we've done for the whole day, and that goes right the way through now, all the way through here and up into the boiler as well. So yeah, it's been a fiddly day. It was a bit of a jigsaw trying to work out what pipe was what, and then there was a few hiccups along the way, you know, with some of the valves that we went out and bought not working. For example, we've fitted these two new taps today for the hot and cold water for the sink, and this one's leaking. So tomorrow, even though these are brand new, we'll have to change this one tomorrow. But yeah, that's basically what we've done for today, for day 13, and I'll pick it up again tomorrow. Okay, so it's the end of day 14 of our renovation, and today we didn't get done everything that we planned yesterday that we thought we'd accomplish today, but hey, that's how it goes when you're doing these renovations. But what we did get done today was we got all of this trunking put in here, if you can see this. So we've got all these different lines put in, and all of this is ready for the new power supply that I mentioned a few days ago. So basically, I think I mentioned a few vlogs ago that if we was using, say, 2 appliances at a time in this kitchen, what would typically happen is that it would just trip out. There was too much power going through the old cabling that was here. So we're putting a completely independent power supply in for the kitchen. So that means we can have pretty much all the appliances running and have a fully functioning kitchen. So today we've been chiseling out the walls, putting all these cables in here that you can see over the top here, and then behind me all these holes that you can see along the wall. This is basically just points where we can pass trunking through and feed the new electrical cable through. So that's mainly what we've done today. One of the other things that we did as well was we flooded the kitchen. So this here is a water pipe. Now, all the plumbing is typically over this side of the kitchen. So yesterday we was discussing where the connection for this, the washing machine, is coming from. So we kind of thought it was rational that our thinking was that it would go through here, the same as all the rest of the plumbing, and then maybe down here, under the floor, and then into here. But no, this house keeps surprising. Instead of going that way, they actually went this way and then across. So while we had the can go out and we was chipping away at this wall, unfortunately we hit that pipe and we literally flooded the kitchen. But hey, it's one of those things when you're doing these renovations, and especially in these old Spanish houses, because things are not always done logically. But anyway, that's what we've got done today. So just to give you guys an idea, this is how you live when you're doing such a big renovation. You know, it's literally the whole house we're doing, and even though we're going room by room, it affects everywhere you live. You know, currently we're working in the kitchen that you can see just there, and our dining room has become our kitchen to a degree. You know, we're trying to just eat simple meals, and we've got an air fryer going in there, but we've got rubble absolutely everywhere in this house. We've got materials everywhere. That room is full of materials. The scaffolding here, you know, you can possibly just see that there. So anyway, this is the reality of living in a renovated house, but at the same time it makes it so much more exciting in your head because you can't wait to get the house back and have it all done and all finished. Okay, so yesterday was the end of excuse me, day 15 of our Spanish Village house renovation, and we got a few different jobs done yesterday. So one of the first jobs that we done was that we concreted up all the holes. So where we broke the walls so that we could feed new electrical trunking through and electrical wiring, we had to basically open up the walls. But anyway, they've all now been filled, those holes there. There was holes all over here, and we had holes all along this wall as well. Again, they were just so that we could feed the new trunking through. So that was one of the first jobs that was done. Another job that has been done is the trunking for the new electrical circuit for the new for the kitchen has now been fitted, and we've got this trunking basically running all around the walls now, all through the back of the walls, ready for the new kitchen, which is going to be fitted finally on Thursday, so in about 6 or 7 days from now. So that's all been done. And then the other thing that we done yesterday basically was that we screened this wall. As you can see, it's still a bit damp. We screened this wall behind me. We've got this one still to do, so this one we'll do on Monday, and we'll do this one here as well. But yeah, that's basically where we're at now with the kitchen. So by Tuesday, this will be ready for painting. So Wednesday I can paint all the walls, paint the ceiling, and then Wednesday we're also having the kitchen delivered, and then on Thursday, Friday, the kitchen installation will start, which my wife's over the moon about. Okay, and just a quick update on the bathroom, because I'm going to be honest, I'm really not sure where we was with it when I last vlogged on it. I did do a couple of vlogs on it, update vlogs, and I really can't at the moment remember where that ended. But anyway, the bathroom is more or less done. We've still got this socket to put in. The electrician will do that over the next few days. That's just going to have a switch which is going to power the back of that mirror. That mirror's got an LED on the back, so that will light up the wall and give a nice warm glow, and then we'll put a socket in there. That window still needs to be rendered. We've got a tile at the bottom, but we're going to render around that edge, something we keep forgetting to do. Also, this door needs to be rendered still here and here. This side's been done. We just keep forgetting to do that, so we must get that done this week. Also as well, the door, I don't know if you can see that, it's catching just here, so the carpenter will come back. I think he's coming Monday and he'll take a look on that. I think it might have just dropped a little bit on the hinge. Other than that, this week my wife has been out getting some accessories. So she's got the toilet roll holder in a brushed gold, toilet brush and toilet brush holder again, little things like for the soap dispenser, toothbrush, that sort of stuff. Hand wash towel, ring, and then some rings up here by the shower as well, just to hang towels up. But overall, it's coming on and it's looking really, really nice. And we're super pleased with how the bathroom came out. So this week, I think, yeah, it was on Monday, we fitted the unit, we fitted the tap, we fitted the shower screen, we fitted this strip at the bottom there, which is like in a earthy, goldy sort of colour. What else did we do? I can't think. Oh, we fitted the light, a new LED light, which is super bright. So yeah, bits and pieces, but once the bathroom is 100% finished, I'll do an update on that. But as you can see, it's come together well. So that's week 3, done and dusted. We faced termites, a rat's nest and a full kitchen demolition. But we're on solid ground again. Next week, we'll continue our rebuild and hopefully bring this house again one step closer to being a home. Anyway, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do. It doesn't cost a penny, but it helps small channels such as this to continue to grow. Also as well, I want to just remind you all that I have created a free ebook, and it's there for anyone who's looking to move to Spain or has recently moved to Spain. It's packed with tips on how to settle in during your first few weeks here. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description for that, and I'll catch you in the next one.